Hi guys, this is Coffeecow, and first off, I'd just like to say I'm sorry for not uploading these Wednesday podcasts on the deadline. I really have no excuse for that. I've just been lazy. So, if you guys can forgive me on that, I will definitely upload it on every Wednesday, early, no exceptions. What has been happening is that I've just been waiting till like 8 or 9 to actually do these, and then by the time it gets rendered and even uploaded, it just leads into the next day, and I never get uploaded. I just go to sleep. So uh, yeah, I'm gonna do these on the deadline definitely. I'm gonna meet the deadline definitely even. But that's not the main reason why I wanted to do this update. Another reason is that I just wanted to say that there's going to be some changes as to what it's going to as to the schedule. There's going to be on Monday. There's going to be Black Mesa gameplay. So I'm just going to be playing Black Mesa if I can get that running. I know I haven't installed it yet. But and then on Fridays there's gonna be a Coffeecow plays. It's gonna be Narnia, as promised. I'm gonna get that within probably in next week or so. What else? Oh yeah. And Dan asked me if we wanted to do Animal Jam. So look forward to that. That's gonna be coming soon enough. We're gonna be doing episode 2 of Coffeecow and Dan play Animal Jam. And yeah, I think all is well. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Oh yeah, also I'll be doing like a review on my microphone. If you guys want to check out, microphones, or want to go into podcasting, or you just want a good one to go on Skype with or something, then yeah, I'll just do like a review on that if you guys are interested. And yeah, I think that's it. That is it. Have a good day, everyone. And as soon as this gets done and uploaded, I'll be uploading episode 24. And yeah, let's just make this the mark, and not upload on Thursdays ever again, because I will have to keep my promise and change the name to Cot, which would just suck. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you look forward to what's coming. It's gonna be a lot of stuff being uploaded within the next few weeks, and yeah, that's it, guys. See ya. Alright, hi guys, welcome to Casting on Wednesdays. I'm your host, Coffeecow, and it's just me again this week. Still haven't managed to get a hold of Otaku, so he's been off Skype most of the time, so I'm just rolling solo. I'm not too sure how this week will go. I hope it's not too bad. Last week wasn't that bad. I guess I'll get used to it after a while if I just keep doing these myself, and then when something comes up, there'll be no problem. I'll be like, I got this, I could do it by myself. But well, I guess talking by myself is kind of awkward, because usually it's like when I talk there's always someone on the other side, but I think it's kind of hard to visualize that in a podcast format, because you on the other side, the listener, but it's like a time warp in a way, in that you'll probably listen to this. Well, you'll definitely listen to this later, and I'm just talking to a microphone right now, with no one on the other side. That's like what it boils down to. I figured it out now. But I'm just gonna talk about like what I've been doing, I guess. And I haven't got a list, because last time I had a list. Today I can't really be bothered to make a list. I'm just gonna go along with it, and if I do get stuck, then I'll just cut bits out and just think of something. It'll be long. I need to cut it out, otherwise there'd be long 10-second pauses. Alright, so, well, what have I been doing? I've just been watching movies. Gee, what a way to start the podcast. But I've just been watching movies, TV shows. But there's so many cool movies out now. Well, let's start with TV shows. I actually marathoned The Walking Dead series, and I've got to admit it's really good. Like I was kind of obliged not to watch it after just reading the comics. I kind of got the feel for it, and then I was told that it's not as grotesque, just so that people don't get grossed out. There's not that much kind of violence and whatnot. So I was like, man, it's not gonna be as good. That was my initial thought. Then obviously I checked it out. I was really into it. So yeah, I can't wait for the next season, which is the first episode's gonna be like in October, I think. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. They have done a lot of tweaking, but it is still based on the comics. Although certain characters are added, like Daryl and whatnot. You know what I saw the other day? I saw this katana that has just been released. I think this katana hand forged. It's like Michonne. I'm not really sure how people who live in Britain pronounce that name. But yeah, Michonne. I'm just gonna say Michonne because it has two N's. I did read in one letter hack, Robert Kirkman talking about how it's Michonne, like Michonne. Also, it's like that in the series. I'm just gonna say Michonne because why not? Wow, it's taken me ages to make this point. Basically, there's like a limited edition hand-forged katana that has the exact same Celtic insignia, and it's white and stuff like the real thing, which I thought was pretty cool. It's super expensive though. It's like £160, so that's like $200 probably wherever. Forgive me, I'm not really familiar with currency comparisons. But yeah, that was kind of cool. But yeah, actually, looking at watching the series has really made me want to get a crossbow, because you see Daryl just thrashing with the crossbow. So I was like, I've got to get me a crossbow. I'm gonna do some target shooting and stuff, and hopefully, I'm gonna get like a recurve though, probably. The cheap end crossbows, just because I don't really have the finance to get one of those Horton 125s. I think it's what the actual crossbow is. But so what I've researched and looked at articles that they compare compound and recurve crossbows. So and recurve are like more old-fashioned. They're like the first crossbows that were around, and they're basically just like a bow put onto like a rifle, if that makes sense. And the compound ones have like the pulley system. They have like these cables. Like you needed to know that. Well, maybe if other people were interested, then yeah. But yeah, the modern ones are like compound crossbows and compound bows. They use like these pulleys, which is meant to be energy efficient or something. I don't know. But yeah, so that's that. What other good TV shows? Not so much TV. Yeah, I've only just marathoned The Walking Dead, but that's it for TV shows. But for movies, I've watched a lot of really cool. I watched that Tintin movie that came out a while back. I never actually watched that, and I was really into Tintin back in the day. I still am. I still have like a bunch of his books. His books, lol. No, I still have a bunch of oh god, I'm gonna have to pronounce this. Is it Hergé or something? I heard he wasn't even French. He was like from Holland, from the Netherlands or something. But yeah, I still got a bunch of Tintin books lying around. I was really into the whole cartoony aspect of it. So much so that I bought this one that was like it didn't even get released in the end because he died. I'm just gonna call him George Remy because I think that's his name. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But yeah, he died before he managed to complete this book, and so that what they did was they put together all the sketches and like the rough work into the book, and it's called Tintin and Alpha Art, I think. I got it on Amazon. It was pretty cool. Like you could see the like first steps. It's very like rough. There's really no kind of order to the illustrations. They're like, you know, different. Like you could also see how it kind of stops trying. It's a lot like I do with these stories. I'll draw like really detailed at first, and then like frame after frame it just keeps getting more simple and more kind of loose. But yeah, it was really cool to see that. It's a good read. But yeah, whatever. So what other movies? I watched the Book of Eli. I think it's Eli or Ellie. It's definitely Eli. I don't know. I'm not really good with these names, or with the pronunciation at least. But yeah, that was kind of a cool film. If Denzel Washington's in a movie, I'm like, hell yeah, it's gonna be a good movie. Same with John Travolta. Yeah, I watched From Paris with Love, and there's this new one called Killing Season, which is pretty awesome. I think it's that popular. I guess it's not one of those, you know, it's not meant to be one of those blockbuster movies. I think I talked about that in a previous podcast. There's just some movies that, like, they're made, but you know they're not going to be, you know, the thing that everyone's talking about that year. Like, yeah, like the Avengers, for example. That when that came out, that was really people were always looking forward to that. And but yeah, this one's really cool because I think it's like it's more. I think it has more kind of the past. It has more kind of historical value. It's not one of those superhero, you know, cliche movies. That it's more like it's more got a historical aspect because it talks about the Serbian-Bosnian War. I think it's between Serbia and Bosnia. So that's that for movies. I've been eating dates recently. The dates are pretty tasty. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. But I remember looking up raw dessert recipes because I had nothing better to do. And this lady talked about how you should always buy dates with the seeds or with the rocks, whatever they call them, just because they're juicier, apparently. So yeah, so there's a tip for you if you want to make like a raw dessert with dates as a sugar substitute. Very cool. Very yummy. What else? 12 minutes, not bad. I should never actually call out the time, because when bits get cut out, it's never that amount of time. There was like a long pause in this. It's probably not going to be there. So, I don't know, 11 minutes now? Whatever. Next topic, I changed my setup. I actually did this cool, like, setup with my microphone, where I hung it on a coat hanger off of my guitar hook. And, yeah, the USB cable's just zip tied to the shock mount, and the mic's just hanging down. It's pretty cool. I haven't actually bought a stand yet. I've had this mic for months now. So, but I wanted to talk about how I'm gonna probably do a review on it. 'Cause I thought now that I'm kind of used to this mic, I know its pros and cons and whatnot. I could give like a all-round decent review on it, and maybe people will who want to get into podcasting or I don't know, commentating or whatever, they can maybe buy this or look at this mic. It's yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna go into it, but it's a pretty cool mic. It's USB, so it's like you don't need all that. You don't need the mixers and whatnot, which saves a lot of desk space as well as makes it more user friendly, I guess. Talking about desk space, I did some cable management the other day. My feet space is completely clear. Yeah, I have. I just put this plank under my desk, and I just put all the cables on that, which is a really cool thing because it's not like cluttered. Usually dust gathers and it just goes messy. But yeah, now I can keep it pretty clean. So yeah, and I advise you, if you have cable clutter, just take one day off and sort that shit out. It will look nicer. It looks much nicer for me anyways. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I love how like I'm looking and pointing. This is an audio clip. Whatever. It's instinctive. When I'm talking about something, you're going to point to it. That's what you do. Apparently it's rude to do that. I wouldn't know anything about that. I've been told, though, by parents when I was little, don't point at things. Pointing at things is rude. Anyone know why that is? Usually people are like, Google it. Just Google it. See, that's you can't even ask questions anymore. They're just going to be like, Google it, man. I asked my friend the other day. I wanted to I was thinking about getting a job, and I was wondering about like night shifts. He was just like, Google it. He Googled it for me. I was like, thanks. Yeah, that is one of the biggest conversation stoppers. Is just to Google it, because usually like when you ask people like about a certain information you want to acquire, it's usually just a way to start a conversation or just keep a conversation going. But like most of these convos would just end with a Google it, which I guess people avoid now because they're familiar with the internet, not stupid enough to still ask questions about stuff. I remember my dad explaining to me the concept of Google. Like, this is back when, I don't know, I'd say 2004-ish, maybe. So internet's still pretty new. I'm not sure when it came about, 90s maybe? Late 80s? I don't know. To me, anyways, the concept of Google was mind-blowing. I was interested in the Roman Empire at the time, because I'm a huge history geek, and like my dad was like, you could Google Julius Caesar and you'll know everything about Julius Caesar. I was like, holy shit. I didn't actually swear, but I could not believe the fact that you could actually like type in anything you want and it's just gonna show up first page. And now look how far the world's gotten with these Google glasses. Already covered those. Google glasses. I think they're the next Segway. You know the Segway story? Most Segways, I've heard that they're illegal now in some places in the UK. Just, you can't have a Segway. And if you have, you know what the thing is? If you have a driver's license and you use a Segway on the road... My dog's barking. God, my dog barks at everything. Neighbours close the car door outside, he's just going to go off on a barking rant. Yeah. But he's very docile. He doesn't do anything. Like, when I take him for walks, he just hides behind trees when there's other dogs. Tries to blend in. He has this really dark brown fur, so it's good camo. He's already adapted to his environment. Yeah, he's like a special ops puppy. He's not a puppy anymore, but anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, with the Segway. Yeah, you can get like your driver's license taken off of you just because you had a Segway on the road, which I think it's crazy. So in some areas, some countries, just like the Segways, just sorry about that. Had to shut my brother up and get a drink of water. It's my pipes were clogging up. My pipes clogging up. You got pipes, girl. You could sing. Water. Crazy substance. Isn't it like water solves most problems? Well, it doesn't solve like, advanced problems like cancer or something. It definitely solves the throat clogging problem or the being sick problem. They always say like drink plenty of water. It just cleans out your system of bacteria or whatever. I'm not a biologist. But yeah, it's always like just drink some water. It's all good after that. Which I think is quite a miracle how such a universal substance is a commodity in some places and then just not really existent, like in Africa. Jeez, I had to go back to Africa, didn't I? But yeah, Africa. Oh, I watched Blood Diamond the other day. That was a good movie. I heard it's got some bad ratings. I always say I heard. I never actually heard anyone say it's got bad ratings, but I've read it. I think people are just upset with the accent, which I don't really have a problem with. DiCaprio's accent's it's fine. I'm most like concerned about the actual storyline in the movie, which apparently like the war in Sierra Leone isn't really going on anymore. That's what I've read. I'm gonna say read now, because I read most of this stuff. I have not heard of it. No, but yeah, I've heard it's like not as bad as it used to be. I said heard. Jesus Christ, Walt. So, what was I? Yeah, the Segway, Google Glasses. Jeez. So I think it's just not going to be as popular as people make it out to be. Because once it needs to be like super cheap to produce, like mass produced, and then maybe people will catch on to it. It's like, like the iPod, for example, or the just something really like easily mass produced, like a Kalashnikov. It's a very extreme comparison. Yeah, like Kalashnikovs, there's millions of them. Millions. Just billions, millions. And you know what I've read on this really cool website? It's called Internet Movie Firearms Database, IMFDB. It's like a Wikipedia for all the guns in all the movies. And I was interested in the weapons used in The Dark Knight, just 'cause I have a life, and I was wondering if that was in fact there was this scene where the Joker is in the van, in the circus van, and he's firing like an RPG. Turns out it's like a Norinco clone RPG. It's not a legit RPG. So then I looked into Norinco because I've heard of the name. It turns out Norinco's like this. Basically, it's like this company, like factory kind of manufacturer even, for pretty much everything Chinese made. Well, most things, like from I think it's from like cars to weapons, and like I remember this watching this Vice documentary about like the business of war, something like that, or the cost of war, and and there was like this Norinco display, like they were trying to sell rockets to high-ranking military personnel who basically like buy this shit to protect us, quote unquote, or just to go, shooting into other countries. Don't get political. Otherwise, there'll be controversy if people catch hold of this. They'll just sniff you out. They'll be like, "Oh, he talking about the military-industrial complex. Fuck, that's controversial. Sorry, that's controversial. Dislike flag." But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So Norinco like make pretty much clones of every single weapon out there. Like not every single one, but the Soviet weaponry is basically cloned, and so they have just type of weapon. Like the Norinco Type 69 is the RPG 7 that the Joker fired. And like there's a bunch. There's like AKs, and then most of the AKs in Blood Diamond are actually Norinco Type 50 something. So it's like a whole bunch. I didn't even know. I thought these were legit AK-47s or like AK variants, but it turns out it's like, God, people that are not into weapons can just click away straight away. But I have to talk about this. I mean, it's something that interests me. You're gonna have to bear with me. We could just skip ahead to another topic. Well, I don't know. Is there gonna be another topic? Getting pretty close to like 30 minutes now. I'll try and fit a couple more for the majority of people who have no interest in weapon types or weapon manufacturers. But yeah, like I think in Asia, like they all use, pretty much most Asian countries, like say China or Japan, use the type. They don't actually like have a name. Like in America, say you have the M4. Like in Japan or in China, it'll be like the Type something something, which I don't know why that is. Something else for me to Google. Yeah, so Norinco like make clones, and they make clones of Soviet weaponry, which is kind of Chinese weaponry in a way, just because both the Reds, they're both communist nations. All right, enough about that. So, let's check out some news. What's in the news lately? What's in the news? Royal baby. Jesus Christ. People are just so obsessed with this baby. It's a royal baby. You know what I heard? I heard that the royal family's incest. That's right. Crazy to believe. But like apparently back in the day, brothers and sisters and closer relatives would mingle with each other in order to somehow, I don't know, skip their way up to the throne, or I don't know, achieve some kind of high status in the monarchy. And so yeah, that's what like the royal family line is like. Bloodline is incest, apparently. Which don't quote me on that, but it's what I've heard. Okay, so, but yeah, this new baby, third in line for the throne. It's like, seriously, like most countries don't even have a monarchy anymore, and it's cool to be traditional and everything, which I guess I think is just the main reason why you have the monarchy still intact in Britain. I honestly don't know if anything. Well, they probably do something. The Queen, up there in the in the palace. What else? So yeah, the baby thing.
I don't know. I guess she had a baby. Jesus, it's not like there's like tons of babies being born every day. It's not a special thing. It's just made into a special thing, in my opinion. Just to put it in the newspaper. Royal baby. Okay, world. Let's see what's happening, world. Not much happening in the world. Actually, oh yeah, this Russian band, Pussy Riot. She has been one of the band members has been denied parole. I think it's kind of ridiculous what's been happening with the whole. I mean, not a lot of people are talking about it now because it's kind of over and done with. They've been sent to their work camps, and they're gonna work off what they've done. It's ridiculous. They sung a song. It's like with that other guy. What's his name? Litvienko. Jesus. I think it was Litvienko or something. The guy that tried to expose something about the Russian government. Got poisoned with like I think it was plutonium or something. It's crazy. But the movies are true. Try and screw with the government. You're gonna get either sent to a work camp or injected with some plutonium or something. When you have that much power, I don't even think it's worth it, to be honest, to try and confront that. Especially with this Pussy Riot thing, it's like the church there is really orthodox. They have strict rules, and since like forever, well, not since forever, for a large period of time actually, the church has been brought down by the Soviets, but like other than that, like before the revolutions and from 91 till present, I think the Catholic Church over there has a really big presence in they might not get as much say as beforehand, but apparently it's still a very large group of people that are upset with that. Which I don't know. I think if they knew what they were doing, like, they shouldn't have done that. I guess maybe if they were like, oh, we're just gonna be anarchists and we're just gonna screw with the government, then whatever. But if they weren't seeing that coming, they should have known that there was consequences to that kind of thing. You do not mess with the Russian government. And there I am getting political again. Just when I thought I was leaving that. Let's take a look at technology. Technology is always just... Google launches Chromecast low-cost TV dongle. Nah. What else? I'll put links to these, by the way, if anyone's interested. Half of tablet owners take them on holiday. That is very much true. That's what I did. Took the iPad, watched The Dark Knight on repeat when there wasn't any internet connection in the apartment. So, but it was the good choice. They're compact. What can you say? I mean, they're kind of pointing out the obvious. These tablets are very easy to travel with and take on holidays. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Check this out. German police to begin making 3D printed guns to test effectiveness. Sorry. Yeah, they need to consult the guy in America that's doing it illegally, quote unquote. But seriously, that's quite. Well, I guess German authorities have picked up on the potential. I guess 3D printing firearms has. I'll be interested in, say, 5 years' time or 10 years' time if all sidearms or like all weapons are gonna just get replaced with 3D printed weapons. Like it'll be like people are gonna be like, "What is that? Is that a Beretta? Jesus Christ! What? Are you from like last century or something?" That was kind of American and British at the end. But yeah, people. I'd say in a bit of an American my American accent's terrible. I'd say in American because it's like, hey, you can't really get a hold of guns. But yeah, they'll be like, what? Is that stamped metal? Get yourself a 3D printer. Like, what the hell? You know? People are just gonna completely disregard any previous firearm making. And they're just gonna print those guns. Well, if the police are doing it, it's just gonna be like, well, police are doing it, I'm just gonna do it. Why not? They could do it. Why can't I? Just gonna finish this glass of water. How long? It's been 41 minutes. 42 now. Something around the 40 mark. So I've been talking way too long. I'm just gonna maybe cut bits out, make it more interesting. Alright, so that concludes episode. It is episode 24 this time. I got it wrong last time. Sorry about that. And yeah, I might be playing Black Mesa or Black Mesa. I think it's Black Mesa. There we go with the name pronunciation again. Because I've heard it's a good game. So yeah. So look forward to that. And it's free, so that's good. Also, Narnia English version, because that series is really gotten popular. I was not expecting Narnia to be a popular let's play, but it is. So I'm gonna get an English version definitely within the next 2 weeks. Definitely, probably in the next week or so. So that's it. That's episode 24 of Casting on Wednesdays. It's been quite a long one, but I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Bye.